Was that like a huge transition? I feel like some people are intimidated by that, or I see that in people, the idea of going from medicine to financial.
Well, I never said I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be a finance expert. I'm going to learn private equity.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me that 5 years ago, I would have been like, what does private equity mean? It's been a journey. And the only thing that would have forced me to get there is I had to be forced. I had to have hated my life, hated my current situation enough for me to look for alternatives. And believe me, I looked for so many. I was looking to start a yogurt franchise or Chick-fil-A or start a car wash. My husband and we started 2 CrossFit gyms. I was part of 2 freestanding emergency rooms. So I did start doing a lot of this. I was very business oriented without knowing I was business oriented, even in 2015, where I opened 2 freestanding emergency rooms with several other physicians, and we were running our own business. But again, it was healthcare related, and a lot of the same problems that I was seeing in healthcare made me just say, you know what, I want to learn more about this other world. And so it wasn't really I went from here to here, so it scared me.
You were getting into entrepreneurship within healthcare
Yeah,
already. So therefore,
yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of carryover. I mean, like entrepreneurship in healthcare is very similar to entrepreneurship in anything. I mean, entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship, and you have to know finances or have some level of financial literacy, in my opinion, to be in business, or at least it forces you to focus on that a little bit more than, I mean, in healthcare, you can kind of not pay attention to the economics and the financial aspects. And so you were already in that. That's a good kind of, so why didn't you have a million CrossFit gyms? So what about the freestanding ERs and I guess you already mentioned that, like the issue with those is it was kind of pulling you back into the healthcare related issues, but I'm curious about the other
I
ventures.
still own them. I still own my freestanding ERs, but they have their own issues where government's not, there's all kinds of healthcare reform regarding reimbursement and insurance declining freestanding emergency rooms and not paying bills. And so there's their own like healthcare related issues guarding that business. So to me right now, I'm staying away from
They're like headache.
healthcare related businesses. It's just so highly just scrutinized, regulated. And I don't invest in hospitals. I don't invest in even healthcare related real estate.
That's interesting.
I'm just avoiding that whole sector. In terms of the CrossFit gyms, COVID killed the gym business. We had to shut down. So those businesses really dwindled because we had to turn away our clients. And then we had to rebuild everything back. I mean, it was not fun.
Yeah.
So even though we thought like, hey, we got some diversification in entrepreneurial businesses, it really wasn't enough diversification. But it was enough for me to say, we have enough money coming in for me to leave medicine. We had diversified into real estate. That sector had still continued to provide, that I was able to say, okay, I'm leaving medicine and then we'll figure the rest out.
Yeah. So you had all these other ventures, including real estate. You were buying real estate. What kind of real estate? So I know you had the ERs and the CrossFit and you also had real estate at that time that you had been buying.
Yeah. So none of those others were real estate. Those were businesses.
You didn't own real estate with those?
No.
Okay.
The real estate that I owned, I mean, I got involved in self-storage. I got involved in retail centers. I got involved in standalone buildings, triple net leases, ground leases, assisted living, RV parks, mobile home parks, apartments. I got involved in it all. And in 2019, I was like, well, I really like multifamily, the apartment, really the foundation of everybody needs. The need is there. Everybody needs housing. Like that's never going to go away. Like if they're working from home because of COVID or from whatever, they're working from home. So they still need their house. They don't need their offices. If they're shopping, most of the time they're shopping online. They're not shopping, going into stores really. So again, where are they shopping from? They're shopping from their house. And then I started looking into, well, how do I get into, I don't want to be just a landlord where I buy a house and rent them. Like, you can buy those homes. There's so many ways to make money in real estate. You can fix and flip, you can wholesale, you can house hack. You can do long-term rentals, short-term rentals, mid-term rentals. I didn't want to do any of that. Like, how do I not do that in a single family or, house? Like, I want to get into the housing business. And that's when I started looking at, well, there's commercial housing, which is apartments.
What made you not want to do single family versus, why did you like multi versus single?
It's completely different because when you have houses, one tenant leaves, or you have to evict them or whatever, they destroy your house, your investment is completely not functioning, right? You're not bringing in any income. However, if you have 100 apartments, you have more of economies of scale. If 5 tenants are being evicted, your business is still running. It's actually a business. So what I liked about it is when you're buying commercial real estate, you're buying a business. So not only do you have it backed with real estate, but you're buying an operating business. There's rent, there's tenants, there's employees, there's a leasing office, there's maintenance people. You're really purchasing a business and you're running a business. And it was very much a bridge from running the ERs and running the other businesses. It was just kind of a step up that associated with apartments. And that's kind of our forte, how we transitioned to really being operators, where we're asset managing a lot of these large properties. And we're up to a little bit over 4,000 apartment doors right now.
Yeah. So you like, I guess, diversification. That'd be like buying one stock versus buying a mutual fund of stocks in the finance world. Having one door or one single family home. It's also kind of expensive to buy one home. Whereas you could buy a multifamily and the cost per door is lower and you're diversifying. So that's what attracted you. And plus the business aspect, and it's more like running a business and the entrepreneurial.
And there's always a need. And we focus on recession-resistant workforce housing. So we're looking for housing that people want and need, that they're older properties. They're, 70s, 80s, 90s. They're not the newest kind. So if the people that are living in Class A properties lose their job, they can't afford it, or they have to take a pay cut or they're going to move to the Bs. And same thing with the Bs move to the Cs. So if I get that demographic of Class B, C, multifamily, there's always going to be a need. So when you're looking for a business, you want to look for what is the niche that has a need, because you want to solve the need. There needs to be affordable housing. There needs to be nice houses for people that have a certain income. So we take these properties and we make them nicer. We renovate them. We fix everything that's broken, things that haven't been changed in forever, boilers, electric panels. We add amenities. We add dog parks and pet yards, and we add a lot of different things. We make it nicer for them so they have a nice place to live. So there is a mission behind what we do as well. And you look for the demographic. So you're looking for the affordable housing, but I'm also looking for a submarket. Where are people moving? What's growing? What county is growing? What submarket's growing? Is it diverse? Is it one employer? Is it 20 employers? Is it 20 employers that are the same type? Are they in the same sector, or are they multiple? So I really enjoy the whole economic look at what's going on in the market, in the submarket. So we really drilled down, and that's where we decided, like apartments in diverse economies that are growing, that's where we should focus our business endeavors. And that's where we got into the apartment industry.